Hi there, friends. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. It is 10 o'clock here on this Monday evening. Hope everybody had a great day. I'll tell you what, today was not a bad day at all. We actually saw sunshine, temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but tomorrow is going to be the polar opposite of today. That's right. Rain chances come back into play for us, and hence we have issued a weather authority alert day for Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday's because of the rain. Wednesday's actually because of the strong winds coming in behind this disturbance. Let's talk to you more about these alert day impacts. And again, the main reason we're issuing this weather authority alert day tomorrow is because of that right there. Heavy rain. It's going to rain, and it's going to rain a lot. Okay, we'll talk about rainfall totals here in a second. Just know heavy rain is likely. We could even have a couple of rumbles of thunder, especially for areas, say, towards the south side zone. Local flooding will need to be monitored. Keep in mind that we just finished a storm system this weekend that brought us quite a bit of precipitation. Ground is not saturated, but it could become saturated with all this heavy rain headed our way tomorrow, and that could produce, again, some localized flooding issues. Wind and outages, yeah, I think the winds are going to strengthen for us late tomorrow and really be quite strong into Wednesday. I think late tomorrow into Wednesday is when the winds are really going to be back on the increase again. And with that wet ground and that wind, it doesn't take much to topple trees. And when trees go down, eventually power lines can too. So I don't think it's going to be hugely widespread, but I do think there'll be some power outages around here as we look at late Tuesday, especially Wednesday. And last but not least, there is a threat for a little bit of wintry weather out of this. That's right. Tomorrow morning, don't be surprised if we start the event with some snow, sleet, freezing rain, and plain old rain. I'm thinking that the best chance for a wintry mix will lie from about 2 a.m. through about maybe 6 or 7 a.m. So we're only going to have about a 3 to 5 hour window to pick up on this wintry mix, mainly in the mountains. Okay. The best chance to see some light icing and even some snowflakes will likely again be towards portions of the NRV and also into portions of the highlands. I think in Lynchburg and Southside it's rain and all rain, nothing but rain the entirety of this event. All right, let's show you the storm system, and it's working its way closer to us. You'll notice on the northern edge it's snow in Des Moines, also into areas say near Chicago. Further south it's a whole lot of rain situated say from Louisville south into Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock among the folks right now, seeing some rain. All this is heading to the north and to the east, and as it does, it's going to be a huge player in our weather as we head into tomorrow. And there's even some residual moisture likely for us Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Let's talk about those alerts that we already have. First and foremost, it is important to note that we already have a wind advisory in effect for late tomorrow and Wednesday. But in effect right now, we do have a flood watch in effect for everybody in the viewing area. The flood watch is in effect for every single zone, every single person right now watching. This flood watch is in effect through tomorrow evening. 1 to 4 inches of rain headed our way. Most of this rain falls tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Okay, that's going to be our kind of open time frame to pick up on a lot of rain. It's going to fall late tonight, tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. 1 to 4 inches of rain headed our way. There's also a winter weather advisory in effect for Pocahontas and Greenbrier counties in West Virginia. Also for Highland, Bath, Allegheny, Floyd, Carroll, and Grayson counties here in the Commonwealth. Everywhere you see in purple, that's where we have a winter weather advisory for the potential for up to 1/10 of an inch of ice. Again, areas in purple where we have this winter weather advisory, you could see anywhere from 0 to 1/10 of an inch of ice. And again, most of that would fall late tonight and early tomorrow. So let's talk about Tuesday's storm system. We're going to pause this at about 4 a.m. And again, between 2 and 3 a.m. is when this thing starts. By 4 a.m., the precipitation gets a little more widespread. By 4 a.m., I think you're going to be seeing some snow showers up into the Allegheny Highlands. You're going to have a mix of freezing rain and rain out across the NRV. Ditto for the Roanoke Valley. Roanoke Valley, I think your precipitation starts between about 3:45 and about 4:45. As we continue to go through time, all wintry mix goes away right around sunrise, maybe soon thereafter. Okay, so right around sunrise tomorrow, we're going to start to warm things up a wee bit, and that should end the wintry mix for us. Okay, so the wintry mix again will be in the mountains for us from roughly 2 or 3 a.m. through about 7 or 8 a.m. After 8 a.m., I think a lot of what we see will be plain rain, and there's a lot of it coming. Okay, this is 1 p.m. on Tuesday, and there's going to be heavy rain around. Lots of heavy rain. You'll notice some portions of red showing up here. And what that means is very heavy rain. Anytime you see orange or red on a radar, that's an indicator that the rain is falling quite heavily. There could even be some thunderstorms embedded in these as they move from the NRV, especially towards south side. South side tomorrow, you're going to hit the lower 60s. South side tomorrow, you're actually going to be pretty warm. And the warmer you are, the more unstable you are. Therefore, south side is a zone that could hear some rumbles of thunder and see some lightning. I do believe that the best chance for severe weather will, without question, stay to the south and to the east of us. But again, we could certainly have a couple rumbles of thunder towards south side tomorrow later in the day. And then as we look at Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, yep. Upslope snow showers come into play behind it. Upslope snow showers are the name of the game for us, mainly staying in West Virginia here Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. But every now and again, there will be a little bit of spillover towards the highlands and also towards the New River Valley. So again, if you're watching us above 2,000 or 2,500 feet in the highlands and the NRV, you could certainly see some snowflakes Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And by then, it's going to be quite blustery, very windy and very cold. Now, as far as how much rain we see here, we told you about 1 to 4 inches of rain headed our way. That meets up exactly with what this computer model is bringing us. Okay, if you were to, I guess, kind of pick an area that could potentially see the most amount of rain, I would say you're looking at like areas near Smith Mountain Lake, over towards Franklin County, Floyd, Patrick, and Carroll counties, right along kind of the spine of the southern Blue Ridge. That's where we could see the most amount of rain. But again, everybody 1 to 4 inches headed our way, and that could again produce the potential for some localized flooding. We'll also need to keep an eye on the creeks, streams, and rivers. More on that here in a second. Storm threats for us on Tuesday. A number 1 threat, localized flooding. Weather Prediction Center has all of us in a slight risk or a level 2 risk for some flooding, okay? I don't think it's going to be an issue for every single one of us, okay? It's not like every county, municipality, town in the viewing area is going to have flooding. I don't think that'll be the case. But there will be, I think, some localized flooding reports coming into play, whether it's just ponding of water on roadways. Keep in mind, a lot of rain is headed our way. But again, we're just looking at it being a localized threat at this point. The severe weather risk is small, but it is not zero. Could certainly have a couple of thunderstorms that turn strong across south side and produce maybe a little bit of hail and also some strong winds. Again, the best chance to have a couple of stronger thunderstorms will be areas such as like Danville, South Boston, and Charlotte Courthouse. Let's talk about those river flooding issues that could potentially arise for us. And again, there's no guarantee that this is going to happen. But again, I wish we wouldn't have gotten what we have got this past Saturday, because the ground isn't saturated, but it's not going to be able to hold as much as it potentially could had Saturday's system not happened, if that makes sense. So a couple of things we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching the Roanoke River. We're also going to be watching the Dan River. We're going to be watching the Roanoke River Basin and the Dan River Basin. Across the Roanoke Valley, it's possible that we have the potential for maybe a little bit of flooding of the Greenway, something we'll be monitoring. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's among the problem spots we're going to keep an eye on. In Danville, we may need to keep an eye on that Riverside Shopping Center come Wednesday. And in South Boston, water may approach the Highway 501 corridor late Wednesday night, or Thursday. Again, everything kind of falls downstream, so South Boston's a little ways downstream, so it may not be until Wednesday night or Thursday for you folks in South Boston to potentially have a couple of issues. Not saying again that it's going to happen. We're just going to keep a close eye on the situation for you here at your local weather authority. Wind. Let's talk about the wind. The wind is going to strengthen for us as soon as tomorrow afternoon, okay? And it could be because of the fact that we have some gusty showers or gusty thunder showers. It's possible that some of this wind is in association with a thunderstorm or two. Could certainly have gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour out across south side. Notice as we head into tomorrow night, most everybody has gusts about 20 to 40 miles per hour. Ditto as we head into Wednesday morning, 20 to 40, maybe 50 mile per hour gusts possible. As the day goes on Wednesday, I think the winds will start to weaken, okay? So I'm thinking that the winds will be maximized late tomorrow night into the first maybe half to 2/3 of the day Wednesday. By Wednesday evening, the winds will start to calm down. They may not be light, but they are going to calm down for us late Wednesday into Wednesday night. Let's talk about that power outage risk. Again, you've got that moist soil, you've got that sustained wind, 10 to 20, maybe 15 to 30 miles per hour, and the strongest gusts going to be anywhere from 20 to 40, 20 to 50, maybe as high as 25 to 60 miles per hour. So again, We're going to keep an eye on that threat for some power outages here as we head late tomorrow night into Wednesday. The ground obviously is going to be wet. The winds are going to be strong. Again, we're looking sustained winds 10 to 20 for the most part, maybe occasional gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. So again, when you have this wet ground and you have these strong winds, trees can topple. So the power outage threat is elevated. Again, I don't think it's going to be hugely widespread around here, but certainly some isolated power outages will be around from late Tuesday into Wednesday. Then the active weather pattern continues. Thursday, we've got no weather worries. Thursday's dry. Thursday's mainly sunny. It's going to be a fairly nice day. However, Friday, everything changes. We're going to start to see more rain and the potential for a couple more thunderstorms moving in later Friday into Friday night. Okay, Friday may start dry. It probably will start dry. But by Friday afternoon into Friday evening into Friday night, that's when we're going to start to see the rain starting to pick back up again, and some heavy rain is again possible for us on Friday, which means we may have to watch out again for the chance for some localized flooding with this secondary storm system headed our way here late this week. Again, that would be Friday afternoon into Friday night. Right now it is 10:11 and temperatures stand for us right now mainly in the 30s. You're 40 in Roanoke, you're 29 in Hot Springs, but everybody else is in the 30s, 35 in Wytheville, 37 in Blacksburg, also in Lynchburg, 34 in Danville, 33 in South Boston. So where is the really cold air? Well, the really cold air is banked up in areas north of us. However, I will tell you that looking at the long-range computer models, like looking at next week, for example, it's possible that the polar air may finally spread across portions of the United States, including as far south as Virginia. Keep in mind, we're going to be likely in the 40s and 50s here until probably Saturday. By the time we look at Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, potentially Wednesday of next week, highs will probably only be in the 30s and maybe even a couple of lower 40s. So again, we are going to turn colder as we head into late this weekend into next week, as colder air is indeed going to filter in from the north and from the west. So could that open the floodgates for us to potentially have the possibility for some snow next week? We'll have to wait and see. I can tell you moisture has not been the problem for us. I mean, we had rain and freezing rain and even a little bit of snow towards the highlands on Saturday. Moisture was there. Temperature profile wasn't conducive for snow except for Highland and Bath counties. So it was too warm, this past storm system on Saturday. This storm system tomorrow, for the most part again, going to be too warm. The storm system on Friday into Friday night, once again, likely going to be too warm. However, next week, looks like we're going to be cold enough for snow, but the question then becomes, will we have the moisture? We'll have to wait and see. But it does look like next week is going to be pretty cold. Probably start to warm things back up again either late next week or next weekend. But next week itself looks to be pretty cold for us. For tonight, more clouds. We're going to have that wintry mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain developing after about 2 a.m. Overnight lows tonight about 30 to 36. For the day tomorrow, rain, rain, and more rain. It's going to be wet tomorrow. Could actually again have the chance for a couple of thunderstorms, especially across south side. That's where we're going to be the warmest. Highs tomorrow in the 50s and lower 60s. In that extended forecast, temperatures go down Wednesday to 45. We're in the lower 50s Thursday, anywhere between about 45 and 50 on Friday. Then we fall into the upper 30s to near 40 on Sunday and Monday of next week. Now, again, Wednesday may see a couple of leftover snow showers in the mountains early. Otherwise, Wednesday, we see increasing sunshine. Thursday's mainly sunny all day. Friday starts dry, but Friday afternoon into Friday night, more heavy rain moves in. Saturday may have a little bit of leftover moisture very, very early in the day, but I think the trend on Saturday will be for us to dry out and see a little more sun as the day goes on. Sunday's dry with another chance for a little rain-snow mix 1 week from today. Current time is 10:14, and joining me is my good friend Allie. Allie, are there any questions I can answer tonight, my friend? Yep. When will the wind start tomorrow? Let's go back and talk about the wind. It'll take me a second to get there. I put in about 15 slides in this Appcast, so I beg your pardon here while I find there. Okay, here we go. Okay, the winds tomorrow will actually start with these gusty showers or thunder showers. So tomorrow morning, I don't think the winds are a big deal. I think the winds strengthen for us tomorrow afternoon. And again, any thunderstorm that we can get to develop out across Southside could again have 30, 40, even 50-mile-per-hour gusts. Then those gusty showers skedaddle. Behind those gusty showers, we actually have the front pushing in, and that means for us, the winds will strengthen for everybody come Tuesday night. Good to have gusts 20 to 40, maybe 25 to 50 miles per hour Tuesday night into Wednesday. It looks like by Wednesday, later in the day into Wednesday night, those winds will start to weaken again. Anything else, Allie? Do I think there will be an all-snow event? That's the million-dollar question. I mean, ice is no fun. I don't like ice. I mean, I'm going to give you what I hope is the correct answer, and I hope the correct answer is yes. I don't like freezing rain. I don't like sleet. Rain's boring too. I hope we can get some snow. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. It's going to be, I think our open windows of opportunity will be in the first 2 months of the year. I think our open opportunity for snow will be either in January or February. So, you know, we've got, it's only January 8th. So we've got like 6 weeks, no, probably more than that, like 7 weeks before, you know, we even get into March. So my hope is the answer is yes, and I think the answer will be yes. But this warm air aloft is just, bleh. This warm air aloft just tends to make these winter systems more of a wintry mess as opposed to a winter wonderland. But we'll see what happens. My hope is yes, and I think my answer is yes. I think we'll probably have a snowstorm. Yep. And yep. Yeah, the precipitation is going to start for us overnight. Let's go back and show you here this one right here. The precipitation will start in the NRV between about 1:30 and about 3:30. I think the precipitation starts in the Roanoke Valley between roughly 3:45 and 4:30. Starts in the Highlands between about roughly maybe 2 and 3 a.m. Lynchburg between maybe 4 and 5, and then Southside between about 2 and 4. So, you know, I think you're looking at the precipitation window starting anywhere in the viewing area between roughly, for the most part, between 2 and 4 a.m. And again, it's going to be a wintry mix, at least in the mountains to start, before, you know, by about sunrise tomorrow, maybe soon thereafter, it's just going to be rain. It's going to be all rain from about 8 a.m. on tomorrow. But again, could have about 3 to 5 hour window with a little bit of a wintry mix here tonight. Anything else, Allie? Perfect. Current time is 10:17. We'll be back here in about 40 minutes from now with our 11 o'clock newscast. We do hope to see you then, but if we don't, I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you